Constable Zungu regarding the involvement of his father in the following terms: that the only involvement that he talked about was that you wanted confirmation from an elder from his side to confirm he knows the accused persons before court, especially accused 1 and 2. And that's where he now involved his father to come and confirm that they are related to accused 2 or accused 1, either or both. So his father didn't mention his father as the source of the information that he relied on to tie accused number 1 and 2 to this case.
My lord, like I said, I was not here when Constable Zungu testified, but also after meeting his father, after he assisted me to meet his father, when I interviewed the father, he was not in that office. I excused him. That's the first part. Secondly, after obtaining the statement from his father, I did not discuss what I'm going to do insofar as the investigation is concerned with Constable Zungu. There was no need. So, but there was a meeting, and out of that meeting, that statement from Absolute Zungu, my lord, was then taken. But I did not discuss as to what am I going to do, what I'm relying on. The only time where now I had engagement with Constable Zungu, it's when his name was cropping up. As I was obtaining statements from witnesses that says he was there on the 26th, and that's when now I approached him, and subsequently then he made a statement to that effect.
So all I heard from Mr. Over Explainer there say is that he was in a closed door meeting with Absalom Zungu. Now, if Absalom Zungu was to take the stand, would he say the same things that Brigadier GININDA has put to the record? I'm pretty curious. Who else was in the room? Why was it only the two of them? When are they getting body cams? When are they getting body cams? So that's all I'm getting out of this. What was said to Absalom Zungu? Zungu was asked to leave the building. There's a saying that says, a family that prays together stays together. But a family that confesses together, what happens to them? And what about a family that colludes together? What about that? Will the defense team call Absalom Zungu to the stand? I certainly hope so. This old man, he played... This old man needs to come to the stand because he has a lot of answering to do. Without him, accused number 1 and 2 would not be accused number 1 and 2 in this crime. So he needs to come and answer for his part that he played in this on the record. And now my question is, will he live to tell his story? Ooh, wow. Let's continue on.
You say the two witnesses that mentioned Zungu's presence at Masuto Hostel on the 26th of 10, 2014, were Makosonke Zungu and Gwabeni Zungu. Is that correct?
That's my recollection, my lord. The statements are in the docket. I'm not sure if there could be anyone extra, but his name does come up by those two people, my lord. Because if my recollection, I think, is correct, and I can just go to those statements if perhaps we need to verify that.
And how did you come to know about Makosonke Zungu and Gwabeni Zungu?
It was in the course of the investigation, my lord. As I indicated, after obtaining the confession from accused 2, certain names were mentioned. Where they met, that was mentioned. Who is their names? I think even Kwabeni's name is also there, my lord. So one had to follow, in collaborating the affidavit, and that is how now the list came up of those witnesses.
Are you then saying, Brigadier, in HH and JJ, did accused number 2 mention specifically the names Makosonke and Gwabeni Zungu?
No, I don't think Makosonke is mentioned, my lord, but perhaps if I can be given indulgence to go to it, my lord, the name that I recall is Gwabeni, my lord. But as I said, because the scene, the address of Basuchini Hostel was mentioned, in collaboration, you visit most such places and the names that are given there. And that is how Gwabeni, whose real name is Sifiso Zungu, was then found. And when he gave his statement, he mentions other people that was present. Even Simpiwe, for example, I can indicate, my lord, that in the confession of accused 2, he mentioned, I think, Simpiwe Buthelezi. That Simpiwe Buthelezi was mentioned. And through that investigation, you get names of people who were present. And that is how these witnesses were identified, approached, and subsequent statements taken. So you'll have perhaps like Simpiwe being mentioned. Simpiwe is approached, he mentions other names. Gwabeni's approach, whose real name is Sifiso Zungu, his approach, he confirms that indeed all the 5 accused was there, but he mentions other people, including Sizwe Zungu, because that's what made me to approach him, because then Sizwe Zungu was not, there was no accusation, my lord, labeled against him, except to say he was present. So that is how these names came up, my lord.
The reason I'm asking you whether Gwabeni specifically is mentioned in either HH or JJ, accused number 2 will tell this court that he does not know Sifiso Gwabeni Zungu.
My lord, if he's disputing that he mentioned it, can we then go to those exhibits to make it easy? Because I seem to recall that it is mentioned.
Are you?
I'm on it. Or you want me? Is it
No,
fine?
no, let me proceed because I'm
Okay,
going to
all right.
deal in detail with
all
HH
right,
and JJ. You
all
can
right.
verify that at your
All
own
right.
time.
All right. Okay then.
Are you?
I'm on it. Or you want me? Is it
No,
fine?
let me proceed because I'm
Okay,
going to
all
deal
right.
in detail with
all
HH
right.
and JJ. You
All
can
right.
verify that at your
All
own
right.
time.
All right. Okay then. Yes, we can proceed, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, you've stated that the statement of Absalom Zungu was obtained on the 17th of November 2019. Is that correct?
2019.
17 November
2019.
2019, correct?
Correct, my lord. Yes.
And then the statement of Constable Zungu was obtained on the 30th of May 2023, whilst this trial was proceeding, correct?
Yes, it was taken while this trial is proceeding, my lord. That's correct.
30 May, which year, sir?
30 May 2023. Now, you had stated that I think the first time you met Constable Zungu was when?
It was much earlier. I don't think I gave a date to it, my lord, but it was much earlier. And the circumstances was that he went to the office of the National Commissioner.
Yes.
I was called from there to say there is someone who's got information about this matter, and that's how I met him.
And that first time at the National Commissioner's office, was this here, just next door, at the towers?
At the Telecom Towers.
At the Telecom Towers.
Correct. Yes.
And that initial meeting, did he then furnish you with information that he had regarding the suspects, that he had knowledge that they were possibly involved in the commission of this offense?
No, so what he said, my lord, hence I wanted to see the father. It was insofar as what his father told him, as the father indicates that he told his son. So he narrated that information, that my father told me this information about the involvement of these people, and I said I will need to speak to his father because he's narrating something that is in between, and that is why the meeting was then suspended, and there were discussion that he must try and convince his father to come and see me. Hence, the meeting then took place, my lord, late in the year, towards the end of the year in November, because when we parted, the understanding was that he's going to try and convince his father to come forward, because the father didn't want to come forward in fearful of reprisal. He just wanted to give the information and hoping that we can carry on with it. And I said to him, you are a police officer, you understand that such information needs to be confirmed by the person who told you. Otherwise, it's going to be just hearsay, and hearsay, my lord.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to repeat the gist of what Zungu said in court regarding the events at the hostel unless it is necessary. But before Constable Zungu approached you, do you know whether or not he had approached a certain Brigadier Shabani with the same information, that maybe he furnished you or a different version of that information?
It is contained in his affidavit, my lord. I know it insofar as he told me when he was now opening up to say this is what transpired, and he mentioned the name of General Shabani. It's a retired General Shabani, my lord. Major General Shabani, my lord, was his cluster commander at that time, because that's the general I also had to phone when we lost communication in terms of the numbers to assist me in finding Constable Zungu.
My lord, just for housekeeping, during Constable Zungu's testimony, my learned colleague, Advocate Baloyi, for the purposes of admitting provisionally the utterances and some of the testimony of Constable Zungu, intimated to the court in reply of the court's question whether this Brigadier Shabani was going to be called by the state, and that intimation was positively confirmed. Now sitting here, having been told that Brigadier GININDA is the last state witness, there's that issue that crops up.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes.
The state has to decide. Mr. Baloyi, are you calling the Shabani?
Yes, we did consult with Major General Shabani,
Right.
and subsequent to the communication that my learned friend referred to, we have since decided not to call him.
Who's your learned friend?
So we will make him available.
Wait. Who's your learned friend? Who's your learned friend?
No, Mr. Ramsepeli.
So you did discuss it with Rabu?
No. I'm saying subsequent to the communication that he's referring to.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, that
then
he's
you
referring
discussed
to.
this matter with the Shabani.
Yes, we reconsider the matter as to whether we will call Major General Shabani, and we have since decided not to call him.
Okay.
And he'll be amongst the witnesses that will make available to the defense
Okay, fine.
after the closure of the state case.
All right.
As the court proceeds, that's it.
I told you guys in my video yesterday, let's make a list in the comment section of all the people that were put on record to be coming as state witnesses but never showed up because GININDA is the last one. Okay, he's the season finale. He's the nobody else is coming from Baloyi. Okay, and then now we have who? Makeleni. Well, the late, of course. And who else? We have Absalom Zungu. Okay. Daddy dearest over there in the Zungu nation. And then we have who? Makosanke and Sifiso Zungu, who is also Gwabini Zungu. Where are these people? Okay, they say a lot, okay, that implicates two people, but they don't want to come to the stand. I believe Gwabini Zungu is no more. And who do we have to blame for that? Over there, accused number 5. Accused number 5 went out on bail and took out Gwabini. Ooh, let me know if I'm saying that right. And then, Baloyi always intrigues me when he says surnames. Okay, so he says Shabani. So Baloyi told us back then, and he told Ngomezulu, I believe, because I remember, okay, I listen. He told Ngomezulu, no, we're calling Shabani, Major General Shabani. So no, you can't have him. And now Jiggy, he's all yours. And this is subsequently, okay? Baloyi now says subsequently. Okay. Baloyi says subsequently, we had a meeting with Major General Shabani, okay? Closed door again. And after that meeting, they have decided not to call him. I wonder why. What is it that Shabani doesn't want to say under the state representative, but wants to say it on this side of the coin? Oh my goodness, very, very interesting. Whew. You know what else is interesting? Dates. Dates are very important. So on the 17th of November, Absalom Zungu came and told his story over there in the building next door, the courthouse. He told his story, his Nganewane, and they wrote the statement, everything. It was signed, commissioned, good to go, bye-bye, go back to KZN. But the storyteller, the owner of the story, the man who was right there inside Pagati at Basutwini Hostel, Constable Zungu, never wrote a statement until the 30th of May 2023, after Judge Rata gave him security escort back to KZN to go look for his statement, and for him to come back and say, I can't say it's for security purposes. I remember that. Because it was the most peculiar thing. And he faced no consequences. He said it was for security risk. He can't discuss it any further. It's incredible. It is what it is. It is what it is. But you know what? We're here to review everything they say, because that's how we figure out what is going on, because it is giving. One would be forced to say, the Zungu nation, okay? The Zungunizers, okay? From Makosini to Gwabini, to over there, Absalom, all the way to Constable Zungu, they are colluding. They are cooking. Because what is this? What is this? Oh my gosh.
Now, Brigadier, having agreed with Constable Zungu that you need the source that he's relying on for part of the information that he's giving you, especially regarding his father. you then arrange that he must bring his father, and time passes by, and eventually you meet up with his father, obtain a statement from him, right?
Yeah, correct, my lord. But the in between the first time we met to the time I met his father, there were engagements between myself and Constable Zungu. As I said, my lord, prior to that it was telephonic communications where I'll be phoning him because we exchanged numbers to try and establish how far is he in convincing his father to come forward. So I know that there were challenges at that stage. The father was not willing to come forward, as I said, my lord, because he was scared. Now, fast tracking towards the date of the 17th, my lord, I then tried to call him and there was a difficulty in getting him in a number that he gave me. That then led me to me, because I knew he gave me this information that is working under General Shabani in that cluster in Tembisa. I then phoned Major General Shabani, who confirmed indeed that such a member works for him. And then arrangements, my lord, were made for us to meet first on the 12th of November 2019, which did not materialize. And then the next meeting took place on the 13th of November 2019. I was with Brigadier Perumal, and it is in that meeting where Constable Zungu confirmed that his father, he has been able to convince him to come through. Now, subsequent to that meeting of the 13th of November, an arrangement was made that he would bring his father on the 17th of November. And indeed, he brought his father, and the statement was taken, my lord.
Now, is Brigadier Perumal's other name Tony? Because when Constable Zungu testified, he says he met you in the presence of Brigadier Tony.
Yes, that's his name. Perumal is the same name, my lord.
Now, you meet up with Constable Zungu in the presence of Brigadier Tony. I believe it was in Kempton Park.
It was in, yes, it was, yes, that's correct. It was under Kempton Park.
Is that now the time when he tells you that I have got information that accused 1 to 5 are involved in the matter?
No, I don't recall that, my lord. The sequence of events, as I've said, the purpose of meeting him there was the follow-up insofar as the father is concerned, and he confirmed that he convinced the father. Subsequent to that, then an arrangement insofar as the father, in relating to the information of that affects accused 1 and 2 is concerned, is confirmed that the father is willing to come forward. Then on the 17th of November, the father does come forward and the statement is given. Then the analysis insofar as 1 and 2 is concerned starts. At that stage, my lord, as I said, I had no knowledge of 3, 4, and 5. Focus, and in terms of the statement that was given to me, was 1 and 2. After 1 and 2 were then approach and interview started, as a result of the confession of accused number 2, 3, 4, and 5 then comes into the picture. And then the statements, then further investigation is done. That's where you find the likes of Sifiso Zungu, Makosong, and all those witnesses in beefing up. So on that day, the focus was on 1 and 2, and the father came and confirmed the information of 1 and 2. I had no knowledge of the other accused, my lord.
Now, when specifically regarding the information about accused number 1 and 2's alleged involvement, did you obtain a statement from him there and then regarding that information that he provides you?
Mr. Zungu,
Yes.
Constable Zungu?
Yes.
No, it was not. I didn't, my lord. I didn't see it necessary. He's telling me, the father, it's a hearsay. He was not privy to that information directly. That's why I wanted the father to try and close, because where would that statement take me, my father? That my father told me this and he was not present. That's why I insisted that I need the father, my lord. My apologies also, my lord, I forgot something. When the question was asked as to whether what I knew, when I answered that what I knew when I was talking to Constable Zungu and his father, of course, was about 1 and 2. What was also contained in the docket, what I knew, but I had not approached that the suspect, is that insofar as the docket is concerned, there was an entry where accused 4 was cited as a suspect by the previous investigating team, the first investigation team, due to the information that I had. And I'm saying what I knew so that I put the correct context, is that he was once a suspect. They pursued him, but they didn't make headways. So the only name in the docket that was appearing in the diary was insofar as accused number 4, being mentioned specifically, and approach as a suspect involved in this matter. And that information, according to the investigation diary, was coming from the father of the deceased, where he received this information that accused 4 may be involved. But it seems the first investigation team didn't succeed in linking him a lot. My lord, sorry, just to add one thing, also in context, then the captain that was in charge, that was investigating at that time, it's Captain Mutetwa, made a statement, because I did approach her insofar as the entry on the diary. And then subsequently she made a statement to this effect, which we disclosed to the defense.
Brigadier, I think you misunderstood my question initially. I understand that you were waiting for Zungu to convince his father to come. His father comes on the 17th. A statement is obtained regarding the father's hearsay that he heard from somebody else.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now I'm asking you specifically. Zungu gives you his other part where he says, I have personal knowledge that accused 1 and 2 are involved. Am I wrong?
No.
What does it say?
At what stage? Maybe let's just understand.
After you had obtained the father's statement, when did you meet Zungu? Because I want the sequence to be clear.
Yes, but that's what. So the sequence is as follows, my
Yes.
lord. We deal with the father.
He's out of the picture.
He's out of the picture. I didn't have anything that says Zungu was present, so I did not speak to Zungu about the involvement of the other accused. The only time where I start approaching Zungu is after investigation has been done, and the likes of Sifiso Zungu, Makosonke, mentions, at a certain stage they call him a uncle, but they do say a policeman. So I was curious to know, who is this policeman? That investigation led me to him, because they places him at the hostel when it is alleged that all the 5 accused met and planned this matter. That is when I approach him, and when I approach him, that is now after the statements were made. And he says, no, I will come and give you the statement. But the reasons that he gave to me, my lord, is that he was scared, because I had to take it up with him, but to say, why didn't you come forward with this information? And he gave me the long history, my lord, that I'm saying is contained in his statement, that, he gave this information to the generals. I don't want to go there, my lord, because it's contained there. And because of the manner in which the situation was treated, then he was scared. But when he was approached, then he told me, my lord, his involvement. So when he told me, my lord, maybe to try and answer it specifically about his knowledge, he included all the accused. So he didn't first tell me about 1 and 2, and then at a later stage tell me 3 and 4. The statement that he gave to us included all the 5 accused, my lord, including 1 and 2, my lord.
Yes, I'm interested in that part then. When he told you about the alleged involvement of all the accused persons, when was that?
It went during that period when he gave us a statement, my lord. So when I followed him, as I said, there was fear, my lord, from the explanation he gave me. But when it opened up to say, look, I'll tell you the truth, arrangements were made, he came, and that statement was then made. It was typed, and then he signed it, my lord. So there were no statements to say, he's telling me now, the statement is taken later. I picked up his name much earlier, approached him. He was scared and saying, Break, I'll come and see you, come and see you. But eventually when we meet, and then that statement, my lord, came to life. That's the essence of my response.
Let's clarify, Brigadier. I want to be clear on this point. The statement that you referred to, is this the statement of 30 May 2023?
Yes, he only made one statement, my lord, to us.
But when he makes that statement, already accused 1 to 5 are in custody on warrants of arrest.
Yes.
So when did he implicate them? Because they were arrested in 2020.
No, that's correct. You are right, my lord.
Yes.
If you take Zungu's statement out, you'll realize that we're already in the middle of the trial.
Yes.
We're busy.
Yeah.
There were statements. When I applied for the warrant of arrest, it was based on what is contained in the docket. And one of the 2 people that I can mention that implicates all the accused is this Mr. Zungu Kwabeni. That statement is there. It was taken prior, I think it's around June 2020. That was before they were indicted. Simpiwe Butelezi implicates accused 3 and 4 specifically. I'm just going to specifics in terms of the evidence that we have. Simpiwe Butelezi. So there were statements in the docket, my lord, other than Constable Zungu, that implicated all the accused prior to him giving the statement. So when the application was made, it was based on the statements implicating all the accused before Constable Zungu.
Thank goodness it's Friday. Oh my goodness. This man can talk. Just a simple question. All Ramasipili wants to know is, how did you arrest the 5 accused before getting your star witnesses statement? How? What was written on these warrants of arrest? Wow. This is the level of Caucasian. This is the level of let's arrest and investigate later. Let's arrest and keep things going. We will tie things up with a pretty bow later. In the middle of the trial, that's when Zungu writes his statement. While he's standing as a witness on the stand, he is the star witness, guys. He is the one who places all 5 accused and give them tasks. My question is, why is it that the Zungus are innocent? Because at that Basotweni hangout, the Nkabis were all there. Why is it that Gwabini is the one who collects the firearms? Why did Gwabini not go to do the job? Why did some Nkabis go and why did some stay? And then why are the Nkabis so freely talking about their activities? It does not make any sense to me. But maybe it's just me. Maybe Ndim. Maybe I am the problem. Oh my goodness. Wow, Mzansi. Thanks to each and every one of you who supported my backup channel. I see you. I see the numbers. We are so close to 1,000. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you so much. I'm going to end this Zungunizer nonsensical. Okay? Gininda. Oh, I'm so glad it's Friday, okay? I am so glad it's Friday. I am so glad it's Friday. We don't have to be in court tomorrow. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to even watch Miss World, Miss Universe. Mia is not there. You guys don't understand how much I believed in Mia. I believed in her story so much. I thought she had a unique story that the world needed to know of. I thought her bravery was amazing. Unfortunately, her health took a toll. I still can't. I'll talk about it in a separate video. I was supposed to be in Mexico. Yes, I was supposed to be in Mexico. Remember the good news I've been meaning to tell you? That is the good news. And I cannot believe this has happened. Wow. Let me catch you on my next upload. Thanks for watching. You know the things. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Subscribe also over there to the backup. We're on the road to 1,000. We are almost there. Catch you on my next upload.